The time is shown in hours, minutes, and seconds. A separate dial indicates the power reserve. The chronograph functions are displayed with the chrono sweep seconds hand and the chrono minute counter. The dial also has a tachometer scale. The rattrapante functions are displayed with the rattrapante sweep seconds hand. And the rattrapante minute counter. To wind your watch, simply turn the winding crown clockwise in its normal position. You will notice that the hand in the power reserve dial gradually moves from the AB towards the AUF position. Your watch is fully wound when the power reserve indicator points at the top right position. And you feel noticeable resistance as you turn the crown. At this point, please turn the crown back about 1 revolution. This relaxes the strain on the winding mechanism when the mainspring is fully wound. To set the time, pull the crown out. The crown can be turned either way to advance or reverse the hands. When you push the crown home again, the movement restarts precisely. The chronograph is started with the push piece at 2 o'clock. The chrono sweep seconds hand will start moving. After 1 revolution, the 30-minute counter hand will advance to the next minute marker and then remain at its new position. The chrono sweep seconds hand is stopped by actuating the push piece again. After reading the measured time, you can reset both hands to 0 with the push piece at 4 o'clock. Instead of resetting the stopped chronograph hands to 0 with the push piece at 4 o'clock, you can set them in motion again by actuating the push piece at 2 o'clock to time a further lap. In this case, the measured times are added. This process can be repeated as often as needed. During an ongoing time measurement, the chronograph hands can be instantly reset to 0 by actuating the push piece at 4 o'clock and instantly restarted by releasing the push piece. This procedure eliminates the normal stop, reset to 0, start sequence. The tachometer scale allows you to determine your average speed over a distance of 1 kilometer. Simply stop the time it takes to travel 1,000 meters. The stopped chrono sweep seconds hand then points to your average speed on the tachometer scale. When you activate the chronograph mechanism with the push piece at 2 o'clock, you simultaneously activate the rattrapante mechanism. This is not readily apparent because both sweep seconds hands and both minute hands are superimposed. Thus, the rattrapante hands conceal the chronograph hands. When you press the push piece at 10 o'clock, the pair of rattrapante hands will stop and you can take a reading of the first elapsed time. Meanwhile, the chronograph hands will continue to advance. When you press the push piece at 2 o'clock, they stop as well, and you can read the second elapsed time. To reset all hands to 0, first press the push piece at 4 o'clock and then the push piece at 10 o'clock. If you press the push piece at 10 o'clock again after you have stopped the rattrapante hands, but while the chronograph hands are still moving, the rattrapante hands will immediately catch up with the chronograph hands and then run synchronously with them. Pressing the push piece again will stop the rattrapante hands. This feature allows you to time any number of laps. The first comparative time is measured with the rattrapante hands. As long as this lap is not reset to 0, it can be used as a reference time as often as needed. Then reset the chronograph hands and start a new measurement. The first comparative time is obtained by stopping the chronograph hands. The second and all further comparative times are obtained by resetting, restarting, and restopping the chronograph hands. Since your double split also has a rattrapante minute counter, you can compare the time intervals up to 30 minutes as opposed to a maximum of 60 seconds as is customary with conventional chronographs. The double split also allows you to determine extremes. The following example refers to a minimum value, the fastest lap of several laps. The first lap is determined with the rattrapante hands. Then you reset the chronograph hands. The second lap is measured with the chronograph hands. Now you need to compare the two laps. If the lap measured by the rattrapante hands is the new extreme value you wish to store, no action is needed. If the lap timed by the chronograph hands is faster, you need to store this time as a new extreme value. This is done simply by pressing the push piece at 10 o'clock twice in succession. By resetting, restarting, and restopping the chronograph hands, you can measure the next lap time and, if it is an extreme, store it. The lap time displayed by the rattrapante sweep seconds hand and by the rattrapante minute counter at the end of the series of measurements is the extreme of all lap times measured. However, to determine a maximum value, press the button at 10 o'clock twice if the measured chronograph value is larger.